Hey guys, I got a new video for you today, and I sometimes get asked in some of my videos how I keep my knives sharp, or more importantly, what tools or sharpeners do I use to sharpen my knives. And I can tell you that I am not the best at sharpening knives. That's not a skill that I've been able to hone. So I try and find either what is easiest or quickest to just keep a working edge on my knives, especially my EDC folders and EDC knives. I usually find something that either has some preset angles, maybe some ceramic rods and things like that. Again, just something pretty easy, pretty fast to keep a nice sharp edge on my knives. So when I came across this guy at SHOT Show while I was at the Lansky booth, I was pretty excited. This is the new multi-angle QuadSharp. And basically what this is, it's a pretty portable sharpener, but it has 4 preset angles, as you guys can see right here. So it makes it very easy to keep a variety of different types of knives fairly sharp. You also have a ceramic rod on the side right here, which allows you to put a finishing edge on your blades. And you can also use to sharpen serrated edges. So this is pretty cool. Lansky was actually gracious enough to send me one of these so I can check it out. Again, I wanted something that was very easy to use, but also pretty portable. So this is really good because you can just throw this into an EDC bag or a bailout bag or something like that. So you can keep, one or two or a couple of them in different bags and have the ability to go ahead and sharpen different types of knives with all those different angles on there. So let me go ahead and open up the packaging so we can take a look at it. So just cut this open, and here it is. Now, one thing that I did like is that this has some really nice heft to it. So again, as you're going to be running the knives or the blades through the different angles there, it's going to be able to stay in place. It's nice and thick, so it does feel very good quality. I also really like the color. This vibrant blue color makes it really easy to find, as opposed to like a maybe like a black one or something like that. Especially if you're gonna have it in a bag. But you do have this section right here, which I can easily see attaching a carabiner to it and just clipping it on the outside of a bag, especially if you're like maybe hiking or walking around in the woods or something like that. You want to keep a couple of your different type of knives nice and sharp. This is going to make a great addition to that. It feels like it's really strong aluminum, and then on the different areas right here you do have a little bit of texturing, which allows you to hold on to, especially again as you're running the blade of the knife through there. You can set this down on a flat surface and get some really nice purchase on either side, again as you're using it to sharpen your different knives. And then you have the ceramic rod right there, and again they call it a ceramic bench stone, so you can easily freehand a blade right on top of that if you wanted to do that, if you have the ability to keep those angles nice and straight. Or again, you can use it in this form to go ahead and run it through serrated edges to go ahead and keep those nice and sharp as well. So in the back of the packaging here, it actually gives you what the different uses for the specific angles would be. So 17 degrees is for fillet and fine slicing, 20 degrees is for skinning and kitchen cutlery, 25 is for hunting and outdoor knives, and 30 is for heavy duty cutting and chopping. So again, this gives you a good representation of what the different angles are going to be good for. Again, for me, for EDC blades, I would probably stick to maybe like 20 degrees, skinning and kitchen cutlery, unless I wanted something that was, maybe like a thin blade, something I wanted really, really sharp. And again, I might use the 17 degrees for fillet and fine slicing. So whenever I do test out a new sharpener, until I actually get a full hang of it, what I usually do is I'll use kind of like a beater knife, so something like this, just to get familiarized with it. So in case I end up doing some damage to the blade or something like that by mistake, it's not going to be one of my more expensive knives or one of the knives that I would be carrying. So again, I said that I would be doing 20 degrees. So the easiest thing is basically just put this down on a flat surface, and again, just put the edge on one end. And it says 3 to 4 passes would do. So you just run it through there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So just clean it off a little bit, and I can already feel how much sharper that is. And again, if I wanted to go ahead and freehand, again, if you're able to keep it at a fairly similar degrees as you just sharpen it, you can go ahead and do that as well. And again, not the best at sharpening knives, but as you guys can see, just a couple minutes or a couple seconds, as a matter of fact, you can get a really nice sharp edge on that blade. And the beauty of it is that you can go ahead and just carry this with you wherever you go. That way you can have the capabilities of having those 4 different angles and putting a nice sharp edge, or continuing to keep a working edge on whatever knife it is that you have. So because of the fact that you have up to the 30 degrees here, so for heavy duty cutting and chopping, you know, if you were to, you know, carry this maybe like outdoors or something like that, and you have a pocket knife with you, but you also have like maybe like a hunting knife or a knife that has a little bit more heavy use or something like that, you can go ahead and run it through some of these higher angles to again keep that working edge on the knife, keep it nice and sharp and ready to go. So again, this is the QuadSharp multi-angle sharpener by Lansky. I think it's a great tool to have, especially if you're not the best at sharpening, because it already gives you the 4 different angles. Now, you are able to go ahead and unscrew this if you do have to change those carbide tips in the future or something like that. You can go ahead and do that if they do get dull, or if you want to clean them out. So that's really cool too. But it feels nice and heavy in the hand. It's got some nice heft to it. So again, it's not going to feel cheap, and it feels like some really, really nice construction. Very, very thick aluminum there. So it's going to definitely hold up, especially if you have this maybe hooked on with a carabiner on the outside of the bag and it's bouncing around and stuff like that. You're not going to have to worry about breaking this guy. So there it is. Again, that is the multi-angle QuadSharp from Lansky. Let me know if you guys have any questions.